Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the opportunity given. My name is Elisa Dulestari. I'm coming from Universitas Multimedia Nusantara from Indonesia. Together with my colleague from University of Technology Umara, we'll present our collaborative research that title with Turning Vulnerability into Resilience During COVID-19 Pandemic, investigating Indonesian MSMEs business resilience drivers. The COVID-19 is considered as black swan and also VUCA event that can lead to the business failure. The implementation of social mobility restriction led the community to enter economic crisis. One of the worst affected sector is MSME. In Indonesia itself, MSME play a significant role in economy because they absorb more than 90% of the total workforce. However, the MSME performance survey during COVID-19 conducted by Lembaga Ilmu Pengetahuan Indonesia in 2020 state that during the pandemic, more than 94% of the business experienced a decrease in sales, and another 85.42% of MSME respondents also state that their business was likely to last only 1 year since the pandemic took place. Although empirical facts state that MSME have several advantages due to their small size, most recent study results shows that small and medium-sized enterprises are particularly vulnerable to failure in continuous and unpredictable events like COVID-19 pandemic. Therefore, amid unavoidable and shocking disruption like this COVID-19, invest in study on business resilience promises a more effective strategy than allocating scarce resource and limited resource owned by the SME to control the unpredictable event. In terms of financial factor, financial literacy is a knowledge research that is important for the business success, but has not been widely explored in the context of small, medium business. A low level of financial literacy can prevent SMEs from adequate assessing and understanding different financial terms that makes them hardly navigate a complex loan application procedure from external resource. Moreover, financial literacy is also vital for making sound investment decisions and mitigating risk, and thus improving the sustainability of SME itself. However, the economic crisis made most companies choose to reduce spending on investment and innovation due to the scarce resource of their financial. In terms of technology, MSME in Indonesia need to consider aspects of business digital transformation amid the pandemic. However, the adoption of new technology can be very challenging for the Indonesia MSME itself due to the limitation of technical knowledge, skill, and perception regarding the unaffordable cost of implementing technology. Finally, the research also took into consideration external variables like government support, because the Indonesia government incentive has invested more than 69 trillion rupiah to help the SMEs to staying alive during the crisis. But the research to analyze how the effective the government financial support is lacked in research. Previous research on MSME business resilience was carried out from various perspectives, partial and very segmented in terms of definition, measurement, and study related to the factor that shapes the level of MSME business resilience. Thus, there is a need for more empirical research that examine how organizations, especially SME, achieve a level of business resilience from the side of developing countries, especially in Southeast Asia, like Indonesia itself. Considering a literacy gap related to the antecedents of MSME business resilience, the study was conducted to explore the factors that affected the level of business resilience of Indonesia MSMEs amidst COVID-19 pandemics. The construction of the model in this research is carried out by integrating the RBV approach in the form of financial knowledge, resource together with financial resource and cost of technology adoption, the level of technology acceptance, and the external factors in the forms of government support. This is the research model. Hypothesis in this research will be divided into three parts. The first part will discuss about the link among financial literacy, financial resources, and cost of technology adoption and SMEs business resilience. Financial literacy and business experience will help SME maintain their performance. Therefore, the higher the awareness and knowledge in identifying various financial resources is very important for SME business owner. Financial literacy also affects investment decisions such as technology adoption. Thus, the hypotheses in this study are follow. Financial literacy positively affects MSME financial resources. Financial literacy positively affects MSME's cost of technology adoption. Moreover, financial resources are very critical driver of SME business resilience activities. Financial resource can provide a buffer in crisis, and the scope for moving financial assets to various uses make it very critical source of business resilience itself. Moreover, adoption costs can be seen from two sides, investment and also cost. Further, Pahwa states that the cost of technology adoption of e-commerce should be seen not only from the cost itself, but should be also seen as an investment to deal with disruptive event like COVID-19 in the future. Thus, the hypothesis in this study is as follows. Financial resources positively affect MSME business resilience, and cost of technology adoption positively affect MSME business resilience. In the second part, we will discuss about the link of technology acceptance model and MSME business resilience. One of widely used theories to study the use of technology in various domain life is technology acceptance model that is proposed by Davis. According to Tam, a user decision is to adopt technology depends on the rational assessment of perceived ease of use and perceived usefulness. Research by Go in 2020 shows that SME effort in China toward digitalization helped them to better respond to COVID-19 pandemic. Therefore, the hypothesis in this study is perceived ease of use positively affect perceived usefulness. Building a technology solution are easier to use with a short implementation period and oriented toward increasing the value proposition will help SME effort quickly respond to crisis. Further research conducted by Padma shows that the adoption of social media marketing by SME is high because people are used to using social media in their daily life. Moreover, his study also shows that SME Indonesia have considered social media as valuable tools to improving market performance. Furthermore, In terms of usefulness, the use of internet technology has positive impact the company performance on SME market because the internet technology help SME to reach a wider market. Thus, the hypothesis in this study are perceived is obvious, positively affect MSME's business resilience, perceived usefulness, positively affect MSME's business resilience. The last part, government support and SMEs business resilience. Government in various countries have provided financial assistance to maintain business continuity during the COVID-19 pandemic. Studies conducted by Nurani shows that UEA government has provided a financial support to keep the employment rate stable and resilience of the small medium business during the COVID-19. Further, study conducted by Hidayat also shows that the financial support provided by Indonesia government is an oasis that at least relieve the SME in managing their cash flow during the crisis, so they have a room for them to formulate business strategy during the pandemic. Thus, the hypotheses in this study are the government support positively affect MSME business resilience. In terms of methodology, based on the research objective and hypothesis, this current research adopt quantitative approach with partial least square structural equation model or PLSM to explore key drivers that increase Indonesia business resilience by integrating financial factors, in terms of financial literacy, financial resource, and cost of technology adoption, and technology acceptance model, and also government support variables. This study used measurements that were previously used in the previous studies. All of the questions in this study were measured using a Likert scale with a 7-point of scale ranging from 7, strongly agree upon ones, to 1, strongly disagree. Population sample and data. Population in this research cover all MSMEs owners in Indonesia who still running their business amidst the pandemic COVID-19. This study using non-probability sampling with judgmental sampling technique with criteria of MSME owners who have adopted technology of digital marketing and still operating during the pandemic of COVID-19. The study calculation of sample refers to Hare et al. 2009. So there is minimum 240 respondents for the study. In this study, we have 339 respondents in overall. The data collection are carried out using the Google form, which are delivered to respondents using the social media messengers like WhatsApp and also Instagram message. This is the descriptive analysis of the study. Most of the respondents of the study, more than 60% are located in Jakarta and outer Jakarta. In terms of business sector, majority of the respondents are come from food and beverage, beauty and fashion, service and creative industry, and also retail. And most of the respondent is categorized as micro and small, medium and small business enterprise according to undang-undang in Indonesia. Okay, next we will discuss about measurement outer model analysis. Measurement outer model analysis is used to verify the model reliability and also validity level. From the table 1, we see that all the research items have converged alpha and CR value greater than 0.7, so the research instrument in this study is reliable. Moreover, the study also check the convergent validity by assessing the average variance expected or AVE value of all variables. In this table, we can see that all the AVE value of all variable is more than 0.5 and CR also more than 0.7 and value of all outer loading is above 0.6. Thus, we can conclude that the validity of convergence in this study is good. Moreover, here also suggests to assess the discriminant validity by looking at the cross-loading and also Warner-Larker criterion. As we seen on the table 2, the AVE value of each indicator is greater than the correlation between latent construction. So it can be concluded that this study has a good discriminant validity. This is the picture of cross-loading and also outer loading. The cross-loading value of the research variable outer loading is greater than the other outer loading variables and has a better value than other constructs. Then after we can conclude that the model is reliable and valid, the next step is to conduct the analysis of structural or inner analysis. After assessing the data using SmartVLS, we can see the PET analysis results on the screens. Okay, for the structural and inner model analysis, we also look at the coefficient determinant or R-square to measure the variance described in the yield of variable by prediction variable. The adjusted R-square value of the study was 39.4% for MSME business resilience, 13.9% for the financial resource, 38.7% for the variable cost of technology adoption, and 23.1% for perceived ease of use variable. The hypothesis testing in this study was carried out by looking at the beta and p-value statistic. Based on the table, overall hypothesis, we can conclude that out of 8 hypotheses in the study, 6 among them is accepted while the others 2 was rejected. Hypothesis H1, H2, H4, H5, and H7 are accepted, while hypothesis H3 and H6 are rejected because have significant level below 0.05 and p-value below 1.65 for 1 TL. Now we can go to the key finding. The structural model test results shows that financial literacy has positive effect on financial resources and the cost of technology adoption in terms of financial factors. However, only technology adoption costs directly affect MSME business resilience, while financial resources have no influence. The insignificant influence occurs because of the government proactive effort in providing access to financial resources to MSME to survive and grow their business during the crisis. Even the government institutionally opens and facilitates access to funding for banking institutions that before the pandemic was very complex to manage for the MSME. In terms of technological acceptance, perceived ease of use positively affect perceived usefulness in terms of technological factor. However, in terms of direct impact, only perceived usefulness positively affect MSME's business resilience in Indonesia, while perceived ease of use has no effect. The insignificant perceived ease of use direct effect happen because the level of technological literacy is higher than in previous years. So people are used to use technology in various wide form of application for their daily needs. Furthermore, perceived usefulness positively affect business resilience. This result is aligned with the previous research from Padma and Selase that state SMEs have realized the role of IT technology like e-commerce and social media to accelerate their business performance growth. The needs are even stronger when the pandemic hits. Okay, from the financial aspect, the level of financial literacy. Okay. In conclusion, this study highlight how financial aspect, factors of technology acceptance, and government support affect the level of MSME flexibility in Indonesia during the COVID-19 pandemic. From the financial aspect, the level of financial literacy of MSME owner has positively effect on cost technology adoption, which is considered a strategic investment decision to deal with the crisis. In terms of technology, perceived usefulness is positively affect business resilience. The use of e-commerce in various forms such as marketplace and social media encourage MSMEs to generate new business idea and increase market coverage, leading to increased resilience to meet the challenge caused by COVID-19. Furthermore, government support, especially in the form of financial incentive for MSMEs, positively affect business resilience. That's all my presentation. Thank you very much.